because Dave Montgomery took a tumble. And Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall. But he injured his rib cartilage. He's out for a little bit. I don't know why I said that.
I am a fan of guys with big butts.
But he did injure himself. Dan Campbell, by the way, is like, yeah, he's out for a little. What the fuck's that mean?
Yeah, come on, Dan. He's like, yeah, we're gonna miss him for a little bit.
Yeah, like fam.
Like a couple days, a couple weeks. What are we talking here, Dan?
But that's the beauty of Dan Campbell, man. He hides in like plain sight. I don't even understand it. He's the best at it. But this week or today actually, they elevated Mo Ibrahim. They hired him to the practice squad. What do you make of that, Smitty?
I mean, that's a guy he turned heads in camp.
It's a guy.
And it's a guy. He's a dude. He's going to be a dude. No, he turned heads in camp. He obviously has a lot of tread on his tires not a lot of tread on his tires because he got a lot of carries in college. But
yeah.
We'll see what he can do. He's going to be given a shot. He's going to be given some downs, I'm sure, because they kind of need it. All they have right now is Craig Reynolds and Jahmyr Gibbs, who's banged up. Donovan Knight moved to IR. They had a Zigbo in the last game who I don't know about him. I don't know about his Zigbo. I can't speak to his scouting report or anything like that. But Ibrahim, he is a guy, like I said, who turned heads in camp. He looked good in camp. So you bring him in here when you're in need of a running back and you give him some run.
Yeah, when we signed him as an undrafted free agent, I was actually really excited as the prospect of him. And for some reason, I kind of like went blinked in my head that I forgot we even had him at one point. But that was a guy that I thought was going to make the team. And you look at Mo, he's kind of built like a little muscle bowling ball type running back. And that's what I feel like the Detroit Lions team needs. Not from like we need him to start like as a 3-down back, but just like a power back. Because I thought that's what Dave Montgomery brought to us. And I asked you at the beginning of the season, if Demo goes down, who's filling that type of role? Because as much as I like Jahmyr, he's not putting on the shoulder and falling for 5 more yards like David Montgomery is. In steps Mo Ibrahim. And I think that's what he's going to be able to bring you on those short yard situations, those goal line situations. He's going to be a little fucking bowling ball you put in there. Yeah. And I know it's just a practice squad right now, but if he gets the concept of Ben Johnson's complicated offense down, then I guarantee he's going to get leveled up and put on the field probably as soon as this week because he was there all offseason. Mm-hmm. What do you think about it, Nick?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I just looked it up. He had 53 career college touchdowns, and I think that's where he's going to be used the most is in that red zone on the goal line. Can he fill in like that Demont role? I mean, he's been picking up touchdowns all year, so I think you kind of have to use him in that sort of role. I don't know if he's great catching the ball out of the backfield. I don't think he is. So yeah. Short yardage, goal line, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, and I'm glad they have that because that was a concern of mine. Dave Montgomery for sure gave you that and more, but I feel like we were just missing that because let's be real about Zigbo. Like, I'm looking at him as maybe like a scat back type of dude. I mean, we're not familiar with these people.
Yeah.
Maybe he can put a shoulder down and get you those extra yards or short yard situations.
We know Ibrahim could do that.
Exactly.
We know he's a little muscle hamster bowling ball. He can hide behind the big offensive lineman and then shoot up the hole. So, pause. We'll see what he can do. Maybe he'll get some run, maybe not. But if you want coverage of all your favorite sports, including college football this week, tune in to Woodward Sports because we're going to have a college football live stream this week for Michigan and Michigan State. I'm going to be there. I'm probably going to have to get heavily intoxicated because it's not going to look good for my Sparties, but it's just like we do for the Lions stream, but it's going to be for the Michigan and Michigan State stream. Live stream this week for the college football game, the rivalry week, Michigan versus Michigan State.
Man, I don't know what you signed yourself up for, but
yeah, I know. Yeah. It's tough.
That's tough. Luckily, Chris is going to be there for you. I do want to ask this, though, because I saw a couple comments from my guy, B. Taylor, longtime supporter since I was in the basement. He asked, people are sleeping on Jahmyr then. No, not me. I just don't think he's going to be able to bring you those short yard situations. If I'm being dead honest with you about Jahmyr Gibbs, and I had the numbers a couple weeks back, but like he's only taking a certain amount of snaps in between the tackles because he's not great between the tackles. Obviously, outside, you see him do the things we saw him do against the KC Chiefs, and he did get 80 yards against the Falcons.
And the Ravens have a good defense. Like I said, they got good linebackers. They have good interior defense
too. Yeah.
So we'll see, but. Jahmyr is going to be unlocked this week. You better guarantee it. He's going to get a lot of touches in the absence of David Montgomery.
And I think I said it a little bit yesterday too, and I'm sure everybody heard it. And I don't know if you did, Nick, but like with J-Mo doing what he did last week against Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that's going to open up that box a little bit too for Jahmyr Gibbs if he has to run between the tackles or just him running in general. I think that Jahmyr's gonna have I think it's gonna be his best game of the year. And it sounds crazy to say going up against the Baltimore Ravens defense. I don't know where they rank against the run, but I think Jahmyr, this could be a game where you see like, okay, that's why he was taking number 12.
Yeah.
Or at least, okay, that's why I called him a weapon versus like a running back. Nick?
Yeah, I agree with that. And I actually called it on the Woodward night show that St. Brown was going to have a massive game over the middle against that defense with J-Mo back extending the field. And Laporta, I mean, he got like 10 targets, it felt like, in that game. But I think Gibbs can absolutely eat against those linebackers over the middle, coming out of the backfield and getting to the outside on different runs. We all need to see a big game out of Gibbs, honestly. Like, I think we're at that point. Time for him to step up. Demont's out. Let's do it.
Yeah. And with Demont being out that little bit, Spinny, are you concerned about the Detroit Lions running game at all?
No, I'm not concerned. This run game, yeah, David Montgomery obviously is a big part of it, but is mainly from the offensive line, creating the holes, making the lanes for these running backs to get through. So I'm not worried about it. But yeah, it would be nice to have David Montgomery, but I think we have enough guys to fill in for the time being.
Nick, 300 likes. You shaving the stash live on air?
Hey, DJ.
I'll do it for 4.
You said what? You done it before?
I'll do it for 4.
For 400?
Yeah.
All right, 400 likes. Nick shaving the stash. Spinny, I 100% with you.
100%.
I know you're not concerned about the run game, but what were the reasons why?
Because the offensive line is the run game. Yeah, it helps when David Montgomery's back there, but the offensive line creating these gaps and creating these lanes for the running backs is a big factor of it. So I think they'll be able to do just that against the Ravens, and the guys we have back there will be able to fill these holes.
Chris, you went on this?
What part specifically?
100%.
The run game of, like,
stay right
his
there.
absence?
Fuck you.
His absence? Yeah, 100%. No, what part specifically?
Are you concerned about the Detroit Lions run game in the absence of Dave Montgomery? Just because like what we've seen from Jahmyr has kind of felt like inconsistent.
Yeah, I'm slightly concerned. I mean, that's something we talked about all season. Like, coming up into the season, entering the season, we talked about, you know, that running back room gets a little tight after Gibbs and Monty. But, you know, this team, like Spencer said, has a great offensive line, and that's going to will you to a decent enough game. Running wise, and then also Goff has shown, like in that Tampa game, like he's shown that he can. You don't want him to do this every game, come out gunslinging, but he's shown you that he can do that 1 or 2 times. If Monty's gone for 4 or 5 games, and that's probably the higher side of it. You know, Jared Goff can 1 or 2 games win you with his arm, and then the other 3 you can cobble up a decent enough run game, play action game to make it work. So to me, I'm not really that concerned. I'm not too concerned at all. I do think it's a big impact, but I think they got enough versatility to get around it.
I just read Spain's comment. I apologize. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Mario will be shaving the stash once you hit that 300 likes. 320, you get to pick your own Lady Jane. She'll come in and do it. But I kind of am concerned just on the consistency of it, and we'll talk about that more when we get back. But Spinny, in the meantime, Jimmy, Bean-time, you tell us about Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work out their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you will experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all